어디다 말한 적도 없어요. 동생한테 폐가 될까봐. 가족은 제가 존재하는 이유이자 삶의 원천입니다. 가족은
Hi and welcome back. Korea has given us some of the best movies of all time. From heart-wrenching dramas to thrilling action films, there is something for everyone in Korean cinema. Here are just a 10 of some of the best Korean movies of all time. Number 10. Always. Keel-min, a man with a mysterious past, picks up a part-time night job as a parking lot attendant. He sits in a small pay booth in the parking lot and stares at a television. A young woman named Jung-hwa walks into the booth and gives him something. She takes a seat and sits next to him. Keel-min realizes the woman claims to be blind, and she is confusing him for the parking attendant who worked there previously. Nonetheless, the woman returns every night that evening to see the same television show. She persistently asks Keel-min questions on what is happening on the screen. Keel-min begins to fall in love with the woman. Tending to their life is reflected by a life-altering event. One day, Keel-min accompanies Jung-hwa to a musical. Afterward, they have dinner together with each other. Jung-hwa asks about Keel-min's past. Keel-min berates Jung-hwa for asking about his past. The relationship between them freezes. A couple of days later, when Keel-min's boss looks at Jung-hwa's house, she attempts to sexually assault her secretly. Ben-min busts through the door and beats her boss up viciously. He goes to comfort Jung-hwa, who moves in with them and starts dating. But their romantic bliss may not last for long. Always has a 7.7 rating in IMDb. Number 9. A Moment to Remember. Soo-jin, a 27-year-old fashion designer, goes inside a convenience store to buy a Coke, but finds she has left the bottle on the display. Recalling the Coke, Soo-jin walks back to the store and sees a stranger leaving the store with a cola. Soo-jin scopes out the can, claiming to herself that it's hers, and clears her mouth with the drink in one gulp. Later by bus, Soo-jin realizes she left her again at the convenience store. When I return for her wallet, the clerk gives me her wallet and can of Coke she left behind. One day, while surveying a construction site her father is in charge of, Soo-jin sees the man she momentarily mistook for taking a drink. Soo-jin's name is Chul-soo, and he is the foreman of the construction site. Soo-jin falls in love with Chul-soo and begins to woo him. A relationship develops, and Soo-jin and Chul-soo eventually marries. Life appears to be good for the pair, but Soo-jin's memory loss gets worse and she eventually realizes she has a degenerative form of Alzheimer's disease. A Moment to Remember has a 8.1 rating in IMDb and a 92% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 8. A Werewolf Boy. A mother takes her older daughter, along with her younger daughter, to a rural ranch where they plan to relocate. The older daughter has a lung disease to which her mother's physician advised the move. The rural house they live in is provided by the son of their deceased business partner. As the family gets used to their new home, the older daughter discovers a truly amazing element. Within a locked room in the barn is a wild boy. The family accepts him as an orphan, with low social qualities. The boy with low social skills begins to participate fully with the daughter. Meanwhile, Ji-tae has his own philosophical intentions in regard to marrying the eldest son. What's the secret behind the naughty child? A Werewolf Boy has a 7.2 rating in IMDb and 85% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
가서 잡히면 죽는단 말이야.
Number 7. I Can Speak. Ok-boon is a particularly old lady who, depending on which town she orders, scours it in search of criminal activity. Over the course of 20 years, she has filed greater than or equal to 8,000 police reports. When Mon-chae, a stickler level 9 civil official, moves over and takes numbers for her complaints, tension rises. One day, Ok-boon witnesses Min-jae speaking to English like a native for the first time since she failed to improve in her English studies for many years, and asks Ok-boon to teach her. At the end of the session, Ok-boon notices they have found something in common through their experience studying English. As they spend more together, they find out more about each other, allowing them to become close like family. Getting to the bottom of Akbun's fascination with learning English, Minjae learned that there was something she had to say in English. I Can Speak has a 7.5 rating in IMDb and a 94% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
왜냐하면 죄송합니다.
Will you testify?
Yes.
Number 6. 20th Century Girl. In 1999, a teenager with a generous heart starts observing their favorite classmate in order to please their longtime best friend, Bo Ra. Bo Ra is 17-year-old high school senior. She's talented at taekwondo and thinks highly of her life. She's also a member of the broadcasting club at her high school. Won-ho is a member of the same broadcasting club. Bo-Ra is friends with Yeon-do, who attends the same school. Yeon-do has a crush on Hun-jin. She asks Bo-Ra to find out all about her and travels to the US to receive heart surgery. Then, Bo-Ra begins to observe Hyun-jin closely, and she falls in love with him. 20th Century Girl has a 7.3 rating in IMDb.
21세기의 너가
Number 5. Along with the Gods. The Two Worlds. After a significant death, Kim Jae-hong joins the afterlife with the assistance of 3 guardians, Kang Rim, Hwon Make, and Deok Chun. All deceased must encounter the underworld's gods. Take murder, indolence, deceit, injustice, corruption, violence, and filial rebellion throughout 49 days. They try even more to get the boy through hell than they envisioned, as a malevolent force seems to be punishing the real world around them. In direct response to the influence of meeting his mother again and in middle age, Jae-hong resolves difficult situations and, by going around his interpersonal past, clears himself of accusations of villainy and manages to live a moral life. Along with the Gods, The Two Worlds has a 7.2 rating in IMDb and a 83% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
고개 드세요, 김자홍 씨. 당신 아직 죄인
Number 4. The Witch, Part 1, The Subversion. Previous to a supposed sighting of a strange guy 10 years ago, Yeon escaped from a government building during a disorienting incident and lost all her memory. An old couple takes her in, even though she doesn't remember her name or how old she is. She grew up to become a remarkably smart high school student and entered a nationally televised audition program to receive the grand prize and help her family out. She merely appeared on the TV screen when she became suddenly famous, and strangers started appearing in her life. Especially Dr. Baek and Mr. Choi have been searching for her since that time. Jaewon's life was thrown into disarray as they turned her seemingly ordinary life upside down in no time at all. The Witch, Part 1. The Subversion has a 7.1 rating in IMDb and 87% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 3. Ode to My Father. A brief illustration of Deok-soo, an ordinary guy enhancing the ability to protect his family even in the face of turbulent events. Surpassing major events, the family members stay together throughout world history's most tumultuous times as kid. When he was a child, Deok-soo had to let his father go because his father had fled North Korea amid the Korean War. His last message to his father was a reminder to protect the family. As he grows, this reminder leads him to the coal mines of 1960s East Germany and even into the jungles of the Vietnam War. Ode to My Father is one of those heartwarming stories regarding an ordinary man that requires superhuman strength for the sake of his family, all set in the atmosphere of world history as it unfolds over Korea. With echoes of turbulent events happening around the world today, Ode to My Father is a heartwarming look at one family that strengthens and survives. Ode to My Father has a 7.8 rating in IMDb and a 85% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 2. My Annoying Brother. Do-sik is in prison for fraud. His younger stepbrother Do Young is a great judo athlete, but an injury during a competition causes Do Young to lose his vision. Do Sik appears before the parole board and uses his stepbrother's injury to plead for his release. Do Sik gets his release on the condition that he takes care of Do Young for 1 year. Do Young lives alone in accordance with his wishes in his own home. Both of his parents passed away. After losing his eyesight, Do Young shuts himself mid-globe. His former judo coach, Soo Ha-yoon, is the only one who still maintains contact with Do Young. Do Sik suddenly reappears after 15 years and Slap and Plunk begin to live together again after years of contentiousness. My Annoying Brother has a 7.3 rating in IMDb and a 86% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
오랜만이다. 형은 무슨 개야?
형이라는 사람이 양아치네.
If you want to watch movies like My Annoying Brother or Ode to My Father or The Witch, but they are not available in your country due to geographical restrictions, you are in luck. NordVPN can help you with this problem. Right now, NordVPN is offering a mega discount plus 4 free months with the exclusive link that is in the description. If you want to access thousands of series from all over the world on your favorite streaming platforms like Netflix, Prime Video, or Hulu, NordVPN is the perfect solution and you will surely be satisfied, and if you are not, they offer you 30 days to make a return. Number 1. Be with you. Soo, before passing away, makes an astonishing promise to her husband, Woo Jin, to return the following year on a rainy day. Miraculously, Woo Jin keeps his promise and reappears before her husband and son, but all of her memories have faded away. Tragically, the relief at her wedding reunion is only a short-term relief because she can no longer stay with her family. Be With You has a 7.7 rating in IMDb and a 73% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
그렇게 정해져 있어. 기다려주세요.
Do you like this video? Check others' videos here and subscribe to be notified about our most recent videos. See you next time. Goodbye.